Hi all, Hal here with more Space Engineers, and as you can see, the ship has been updated a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah, let's get into it. We'll talk about what's going on and what the plans are. Alright, so let's go. Okay, so what we have been doing, as you can see, we've done a bit of work off camera. So this past week, what we've been doing with the videos is that we're doing the, like a half hour, whatever video run, and then we have basically a behind the scenes what's going on between the videos. So I just want to get a little bit of feedback from folks and what's going on with that and how do you like it. So we fixed all of this. Okay, that's all working. We now have all sorts of things going on. But yeah, as I was saying, with the new video lineup, I wanted to get folks' opinions on that, if you like the way that's going or not, just so I can plan next week's videos. And I wanted to get like I said, I want to get your feedback on it. Let me know what you think. And anyway, so we now have a programmable block and a timer block. We're actually using MMaster's inventory LCD script. For those who don't know who MMaster is, probably one of the most notorious scripters in Space Engineers. At least probably one of the most useful for generic usage. Like if you want just a vanilla system that actually works and tells you what you've got going on and has a lot of functionality, their LCD control version 2 is probably one of the best scripts out there. At least for this aspect. There are other things like radar scripts, and there's like a reporting script that will give you a 3D image of all of the blocks attached to your grid. All of those things are actually really useful, and I will be using them later in the series. However, we're not using them right now. Now, one of the other things you're going to notice is I still have my helmet off. Because everything is pressurized now, at least till you get through that door. We still haven't finished that hallway. We come out here, we have the gravity generator in the central room. I really want to move this back one, and I may end up moving it back one block. The thing is that it's only 4 blocks, so it's one side or the other is going to be crammed, and I'd rather have it on this side, I think, be crammed. But we'll see. We'll see. So we now have our viewport out here, our observation deck. Hello. Oh, interesting. It's picking up the LCD from downstairs for reflection. Oh. We have the window up front. We have the window over on the port side. You come up. And yes, I know you've probably seen all of this several times at this point now. I'm thinking I actually may put the corner piece in here for the hallways. I don't know yet. Still debating. So we have our ore detector, which is the azimuth ore detector. Lovely little piece of kit. And then what we've done is we've put in... So the refinery is where it was, right? It's on the side. We opened it up, ran a bunch of the efficiency stuff down through there, and we have the assembler right here, and that's got its own what does that? I use the speed, the productivity module for that one. So this actually worked out really, really nicely. So the hallway with the LCD, you come up to the front. We're gonna close our helmet because we have our airlock right here. And you lose a little bit of O2, not much. So we now have the front thrusters, the retro thrusters are set up now. We've got a little bit of, just light armor protection. We've put a jump drive in, which that is not the final resting place for the jump drive. That is going to go away. We have put in an antenna. We've also turned this first nacelle. We decided we were going to go ahead and keep it. So I turned it into a bit of a hangar space. There is a second entry into the ship. We have migrated the thrusters, the lateral thrusters, from the central chassis over here to the outer chassis, and we're going to build a bit of a little bit of protection over that as well. We haven't gotten to that point so far. We have the connection feed into here. We've actually got two large storage containers. I'll show you the inside of that shortly. Coming back over into the central area, our main thrusters, which I may change slightly. Then on this nacelle, I've decided we're going to go ahead and keep this nacelle because what I want to do is I'm running into a bottleneck with the speed at which resources are processing and I'm able to get construction going. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and build in the pipeline here, and that's going to add two more refineries on this section. Now I am thinking of adding, well, I've already put two in, but I don't know if I'm going to keep them. We have two more assemblers here as well. And then this entire thing is going to be closed off so that it will be airtight. Thought I saw something over there. And what we're going to do is I'm going to actually have a vent on this side. I may actually take the wall out. But yeah, we're going to have a vent on this end and maybe a connector for a place for ships like our mining ships to come in and be able to offload things directly here. There's also going to be the potential for a connector that runs down the length of the ship here. Ow. That runs down the length of the ship and extends out on the side, but I'm thinking I like the idea of having it over here better. It just seems a little bit safer, but we'll see how that actually plays out. So now, walk you through here. So this is that hallway that I was saying was not finished yet. Alright, we need to pipe oxygen into it, and this is the reason why I have the door closed, because right now this entire thing is airtight, but we don't have the feed coming in to give us air pressure in here yet. So when we open the door, we're going to vent this space. So this space is now low. We're going to open this up so we can get our pressure back. Okay, we'll go ahead and close this. There we go. Now, this is taking us over into the nacelle area. Got a little area in here, and I'm thinking we're going to use some of the decoration blocks. I've started looking at mods for different things to put in here, so we maybe have like a small break room or something in here. You come over here into the hangar. We have our shipbuilding platform. We have our airtight doors. We've added a bunch of lights. Actually, let me turn off my spotlight here. So as you can see, there is actually a fair amount of light in here. I do want to add a few more lights, but in order to do so, I'm going to have this ship out. The little mining craft is just wide enough to screw up block placements on the wall, so I can't get any more lights in here until we move this thing out. We have the air vent, the air system over here. We're actually feeding all of our oxygen through this system in here currently. So we have a line that's hooked up to the actual supply system, which we have turned off, and we only use that when this air tank is finally depleted. But everything basically in this entire nacelle is getting its oxygen from here. So we have the two large cargo containers that we were talking about, and then we have a small access area here, which I'm thinking what we are going to do is we're going to close this hallway off. And I'm going to put, originally what I was going to do is put a piston in that would be tied to this storage container. And when you lowered this area, it would be basically the connector would come out. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get that to work quite the way that I want it to. I've used it on other builds. It works for the most part. But you sometimes run into problems when you have the piston head going past walls. So turn this on for just a little bit of extra light. Now we do have our miner, which is set up currently with a remote block, which I think I am going to do away with, and put in an actual cockpit on this. And I may put in a small craft oxygen generator. So I'm still debating on this. I haven't decided yet which way I'm going to go, but right now we are running it as a remote device. It does have its own antenna. And since it has an antenna, the parent ship has an antenna, the ore detector on the big ship actually is viewable here, so I don't have to have an ore detector on this ship, which keeps both the power and weight down. So this button controls the back access area. There's a button up on the little alcove in there to handle the front side. And then we have, excuse me, and then we have a conveyor block set up over here that's feeding through the section. Here. So, first things we need to do, let's go ahead. I actually think I'm going to depressurize this area. Let's put our helmet on. What we're going to do is we're going to have this thing swap over. Now I can set up switches for this, and I probably will at some point. Basically have a switch control panel set up somewhere, maybe remove this switch and put it in the alcove here. That will depressurize and repressurize the area at a punch of button, and basically be able to control both of the doors. Let's go ahead and hit this. Now this switch is over here specifically because of the fact that, like I said, originally the idea was to have something come off here and have it tied to a piston system. But like I said, I'm not sure the piston's going to actually come out far enough, and I don't want to do a double piston because those are trouble just on their own. Alright, so what do we need? I know we need motors, small tubes, and interior plates. Construction components, okay. So let's just go ahead and grab, like 100 of everything. I think we've got the parts made up. I may be wrong. It does happen from time to time. Okay, so grab those. Excuse me. Oh, grab those, and yeah, we just grab all those. Okay. Now there are no buttons out here to control the door. Security protocol, Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and grab. Let's get this done. Get these welded up. Always a fun thing to do. So hopefully everyone is having a fantastic week so far. I have to say I'm having a lot of fun in Space Engineers again. It's really nice to be back in this game as much as I am. I have to admit I really have missed it. Not saying anything about the other games that I've been playing. It's just it's nice to be back in the game, and I'll leave it at that. Yep. So we have these done. Alright, so do I have the parts to finish this? I do. Okay. So we have feed all the way out to here. Now, I did think about having this run all the way over here, because what we did is we basically put the refineries in, we flipped them around so that we get the feed on this side, so we get the pass-through here. I think that's the pass-through there. Maybe I misplaced that. Let's see, we need plates, components, tubes, computers. Okay. I think I can remember most of that. What was it I said I needed? Yeah. Let's go ahead and grab these really quick. We're going to throw all this back in here. Oh, that should be... let's just go ahead and grab those. Grab that. Because we're going to need as many of the plates as possible. We need 1,100 plates just to get off the first build stage, so... Because I'm looking at it and going, I thought this was the connection point. We will find out here shortly. And if it is, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, we just basically come back and put an angle in here. So I need more steel plates, construction components, and computers. May as well go ahead and place these here since we've got them all. Right. So we need a lot of steel plates. And I did fib. There is a switch to get you in over here. Yeah, so like I said, I think I'm going to end up setting up another programmable, or at least a timing block, that we have a sequence built into it, so when you push the button, it cycles everything over here, opens up the door. When you push it again, it'll cycle it again, and, you know. So we need it. A crap ton of those. Let's go ahead and grab those. And everything else we can carry in plates. So just to show you what we've picked up, so I've been doing a lot of mining off camera, and as you can see here, we got a crap ton of resources. And this is what I was saying, is that with the refineries, we can only run one process at a time, right? And right now we are processing a lot of stuff. So what I want to do is I want to have one refinery that's basically set up to prioritize just like uranium, so we have a constant power supply. And then we basically have everything else running. So I'm going to be adding a few things. Like I said, I'm going to add the easy inventory manager. I may throw Tim back on the thing, especially since the automated inventory system has kind of fallen by the wayside, unfortunately. Which is really unfortunate because it was a really good mod. I really like that mod. Well, I should say script, because it is a script. But is what it is. If I'm going to be running a full script, I may as well just go ahead and get Tim, you know. It's nice having 2 refineries, so we're about to have 3. We need to get 16 more motors, so we'll just go grab a couple of things in motors really quick. Head back here. Should have... yeah, we've got... that works. Okay, so we can go ahead and throw these back in there. I need a lot of plates. I have a few more. Don't think that's enough, though. I think I'm going to need like 10 or 20 more plates. It's going to be close. At least to get the thing up and running. Yes, I need another 300 plates. So 400 plates to finish this one. This one is done. Okay. So we're going to queue up a bunch of plates, get the rest of this stuff up and running. And I think what I'll do is I'll go ahead and do this off camera. So we'll do a quick break. I'm going to get a bunch of things queued up and ready to go, hopefully. I'm just going to throw like 2,000 in there, I think. Are we out of iron? I know we have iron, but I don't know if we have any processed. We may be out of processed iron. No, we have plenty of iron. Are you just slow for some reason? Oh, you know what it might be? No. Weird. So this is one of the things that I've been running into recently. I'm not sure what's going on with this. Because I can move materials, as you saw, I can move materials out of there. So let's go ahead and move you in there. Oh, that's because I went to... oh, bloody rot. Okay. That was a HAL fail. That's good. Wah, 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 wah. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get this stuff queued up. We're going to get the parts for the assemblers together, and we will be right back. And we're back. So, we've gone ahead, got the 2 assemblers in, we've got all of the refineries in, and we're going to be putting in the yield modules. So we're going to go ahead and finish these up. I actually made enough parts for 10 of these. I just need to get the construction components. Those are kind of the bottleneck right now. We're going to go... you know what? Where's our large cargo container? We just went past it, right? Yeah. So we'll go ahead and finish these up. We've got speed modules that we're going to put on the assemblers so that once we get all of this up and running, we should be... What are we missing? Components again. Okay. And down once more for a few more components. We don't need that many more. That should be more than enough to finish those. Okay, so now we are maximizing our production. We're going to do here is we're just going to go ahead and backfill this in. I want to leave this one open because we're going to do the modules over here. And what we're going to do is let's go 6. Go for that. We are going to grab interior. I'm going to grab a bunch of these. Alright, so what do we need for... Actually, you know what? Let's not do that quite yet. Let's go ahead and do this first. Let's get our modules. We want the speed module because we want this thing cranking parts out as fast as possible. Put one there. We are going to put one there. Let's go ahead and get these welded up. Just need the large steel tubes and small steel tubes. Alright. So now we want to make things easy. What we're going to do here is we're going to say find our large cargo box. Alright, we're going to empty all of our stuff over there. We are going to go and empty all of this. Basically what we're doing is we're out of all of the assemblers, we're just going to go ahead and clear everything out of them. Okay, and that's producing there, so we're not worried about those. So subassembler B, going to production, make sure we have the right assembler selected. Now what we're going to do is go to large blocks. We're going to grab our conveyor block. It's conveyor sorter. Conveyor junction. Are they called conveyor junctions now? Is that what it is? Conveyor junction. Yep. Okay. Let's try that again. Large blocks. So we want one of those. We want the air vent. It would be really nice if you could search in here. Oh, where is our vent? I probably already went past it, didn't I? See, I know that these are, for the most part, alphabetized, but it's kind of weird how they sort. So we are looking for our actual vent block. Is it air vent? Yeah, there's. So we want one of those. And what we're doing is basically we're letting this thing produce all of the parts that we need so that we don't have to come back into here to get materials. What are you missing? You're missing nickel. So let's go look up let's look at our refineries and see who's running what here. You can start producing nickel. We'll swap you over there, move you down here. Excuse me. All of the random weather out here in the Bay Area kind of screwing me up this week. All right. So we'll look back at production. Looks like we have most of the stuff that we need. So we're going to go ahead and grab this. So we need 5 more of these and 5 computers. I may actually already have that. Okay. So all of this is done. We are going to place this block. We're going to grab a vent out of here really quickly. And that should be what we need. And we're just going to wall the rest of this in. And there you go. Do that. And it's a little bit of detail work in there, you know what would probably help? If we welded all of this up first, huh? Alright. We'll go ahead and get this one. Is that thing heading our way? No, okay. Pilgrim's Curiosity. So that is a search, it's a Space Pirate search vessel. We have run into them once or twice. Can I get to... No, okay. What are we missing? Construction components. What? Alright. Could have sworn we had all of them, but, you know. Alright. It's fine. So we'll just go ahead and grab all of these just in case. So we're almost done with the ship recovery portion. Once we're done with this, we'll actually be able to go out and do some exploration. I am going to be installing the exploration mod. I have to say that it's kind of caught my attention, which is, to me it's a good thing. I don't know about if everybody else is going to agree. But what I want to do is I want to be able to go out, do a little bit of exploring. We're going to be putting in or adding in planets as we go. So as we get out there, at random points in time, we'll add planets into the mix. Get this done. I will probably come back, add armor over this, because I want to make sure this particular portion of the ship is as secure as it can be. You never want your production facility to be destroyed, so that's now in theory, let's go ahead and grind this out. There we go. Good, yeah. Go ahead and get this. Go ahead and get this. Is that ship getting closer? Okay, we should be okay. Now, what I did is I actually moved us behind the asteroid, because the AI, when you notice where they're spawning in, if you watch their path of direction and their path of travel, they tend to stay to a specific flight line. So, yeah. Once you figure out where it is, if you move out of that, you should be okay, at least until the next series comes through. Basically, when you relocate. Unknown signal. I've been getting a lot of the regular unknown signals. I've seen, like, other people where they've had them, they sometimes get these strong signals. I haven't seen a strong signal yet. So I'm starting to wonder. Okay, so we have all this. That. Front of this is done. Just show you over here really quickly, the old entrance is no longer an entrance. It has been completely closed off. So I will probably be either removing or reworking this section. I haven't decided yet. I kind of like it because it also adds a little bit of spaced armor, not to be confused with space armor. So basically, if anything explodes, this open area allows the explosion to disperse without carrying through the solid blocks. Because as some people have found, if you have a solid block here, it's harder for it to destroy, but what happens is the damage carries through. If there is a space in the block there, you still get the damage reduction from the distance from point of blast, but it seems like it spreads the damage a little bit more evenly. I'm going to be experimenting with that a little bit later in the series as well, especially when we get into the point where we're going to be building a large, let's call it an aggressive explorer. So probably something about as big as this that'll be a little bit more of a custom build to order ship that we'll be able to do a bit more with than what we're going to be able to do with this one, because I could make this a much more aggressive ship, but really by the time we were done rerunning things and opening things up and adding and removing things, it would have been faster and probably less frustrating to just go ahead and pipe it all in the first time around, you know. So let's go ahead and let's firm that up. We don't want to be losing our antenna. Now I may actually end up building an antenna boom for this thing. Basically take a couple of these blocks out and encase the entire thing so that the antenna is a little bit better protected, because, you know, if you put it in blocks, it doesn't actually interfere with its functionality. Looks like our jump drive is fully charged. Thrusters are all online. Let's check all the ones over here really quick, make sure everything looks good. Okay. Now, I haven't figured out what I want to do with the bow of this, and I'm kind of liking this. I think you can see why. Now, I did think about actually extending this out a little bit. So instead of having one block here, doing the... Actually, you know what? I'm going to do it. I had been joking about it off camera, you know, just kind of kicking around some ideas. That one. Let's go here, here, and we're going to go back here once more. Whoop. Come on, Hal, you can do this. There we go. Now, I may come back and make this out of heavy armor at some point, but I'm thinking what I'll probably end up doing is I may do something like this for a bow on the combat ship. And I'm wondering if you can see why I'm... Oh, alright. Yes, I know. Okay, so we were able to get our new refineries online. Yay. We got our assemblers online. We have airproofed or airtight, have made the entire ship airtight. We have our jump drive online. We have our antenna, so we can actually do remote access to the ships now. Right? I think I can do remote access to the ship. Yeah, I guess I need to be another ship, huh? But yeah, so we have everything set up. We have all of our production facilities are online. All of our oxygen generation systems are online. Make sure I may need to add another bank of thrusters, and I'm thinking that's one of the reasons why I left this open. Because I'm thinking that if I add more thrusters, I'm probably going to put them in here, and then maybe add something on this side as well. You can tell how much crap I've added to this ship. Everywhere that you see white, that is a block that I added to the original ship. So, all right. So we still need to trim this line up. Oh, you know what? Let's get you out of there. Go tools. Grab these. Alright. Let's go ahead and even that out a little bit. Need to figure out if I'm going to put anything on top of this. I haven't decided yet what I need to do. Let's see. What I need to do is actually finish the build that I'm working on before I get ahead of myself. How many plates do I have? 240. That's 1, 2. Yes, okay, that's going to be enough to seal this in. Because once we have this sealed in, our ship will be 100% airtight. I want to finish this up before we finish this episode. Because you've hung out with me long enough that, you know, I want you to see the payoff for it. Okay, so a couple more of these. Come on, you can do it. Actually, we're not going to have enough blocks, are we? Or enough plates. Yep, I need another 100 plates. 150 plates. Come on, we can do this. We can do this. We're almost done. Where did all of our plates go? That works. We'll throw the rest of them back in once we're there. We're at 8%, or 8 points of power. This is going to be close. I don't know. I run out of power once. It was not fun. Thankfully, I was on the ship when it happened, but... Can we get in before it all comes crashing down on us? We should be okay. Let's grab this really quick. So we don't need much. We just need enough power. There we go. That's good. That gets us where we need to go at least. Make sure this is set to depressurize off. We have gravity. This is closed. That is closed. Everything is sealed. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to open this up so that we have this room pressurized again. Oh. Why are we low air? Is that just because... Ooh, that could have been bad. So we're high O2 here. Everything is closed. Just making sure. And here's our big test. Hey, look at that. Everything works. We are completely airtight. Yes. Perfect. Alright, so we can close that off. It's really nice having this because it means I don't have to run a separate venting system, which is really bloody annoying in the tight quarters. So yes, we are set up. We are good to go. And we are done for this one. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you want to see more, subscribe. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to throw them down in the section below. Check our supplies here really quick. So yeah, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Enjoy the rest of your week, and we will see you back here next time for more Space Engineers. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. Looks like all of our vents are good. Power's minimal, and we are good to go.